The end of 2023 is here, and by the time you're watching this, 2024 is probably a day or two away. To wrap up this amazing year, I released a video about the top 5 best characters we got in Star Rail for 2023. But then I thought I ramble on about the lore quite a lot on this channel, so why not have a video talking about the biggest lore reveals in Star Rail for 2023? And that's what this video will be about. So strap yourselves in for 5 of the craziest lore reveals in Star Rail, with the 5th one being absolutely bonkers. Before we dive further into that, if you want to see more Honkai Star Rail content, do consider subscribing to the channel. If you are new to the game, I would suggest you skip this video entirely, at least until a later date. Some of these reveals obviously would spoil a whole bunch of things, and given how much I enjoy Star Rail's story, it wouldn't feel right if you knew about them before experiencing them for yourself. Aside from that, much of these are just my personal opinions, moments that actually made me go, oh my god, what in the world just happened? They may be obvious to some of you while playing, but I still enjoyed them nonetheless and thought to share them with you. Finally, there isn't any particular order here. I'm just listing them based on when they appeared in the story, and one reveal isn't as or less shocking than the rest. With all of that out of the way, let's talk about the first reveal that kinda took me by surprise. It also happens to be the subject of my most viewed video to date, the Sampo reveal. Throughout our time in Belobog, the story revolves mostly around the struggle between the surface and underworld, as well as the secrets surrounding the Stellaron and the leader of Belobog. While Bronya and Sela were the focus characters here, both representing each group, the first person we met on this planet was an unassuming character going by Sampo. Now maybe I just wasn't as observant, or perhaps I'm too naive, but Sampo had always appeared as a character of convenience. The smuggler who helps us get into places or obtain things that the main cast needs. He would appear randomly and disappear just as quickly, and each time there was always some convenient explanation. When we first meet him, he disappeared the minute Japard appeared, and being the shady character we know him to be, my mind immediately went to, oh, he was just using us as a distraction, which in all fairness was likely what he was doing. Throughout the Belobog storyline, this repeated many times over. Sampo was the one who helped us get into Belobog, he saved us and brought us into the underworld to meet Natasha, and was also the one who helped the Nameless gain an audience with Svarog. All the while, he just seemed like an NPC used to conveniently move the plot along. So given this, it took me completely by surprise to see that Sampo may not have even been from Belobog and has been doing all this for his own entertainment. What surprised me the most was the fact that Sampo managed to disarm me and convincing me into thinking he was a comic relief or someone of no importance, only for it to be revealed that he was playing a much larger game. Since then, we've learned that Sampo is affiliated with the Masked Fools, followers of the Path of Elation and the Eon Aha. What is interesting is how high and wide his influence reaches. Every Masked Fool we've met so far seems to know Sampo personally, and with Sparkle, another Masked Fool set to appear in Penacony, I suspect Sampo isn't done with us just yet. He is highly speculated to be high on the ranks of the Masked Fools and may even be an emanator of Aha, but this remains to be seen. The second shocking reveal in the story happens in the next location the Nameless visit, the Xianzhou Luofu. Originally, the Nameless was set to arrive on Penacony, but thanks to Kafka, the group took a short detour to the Xianzhou Luofu instead. Now, a lot of things happened while we were there, one of which was the interrogation of Kafka. The reason why this was significant is because it's our first explanation on what exactly the Stellaron Hunters are doing, and the exposition given by Kafka is nothing short of insane. According to her, the Stellaron Hunters all follow an individual called Elio, whose master plan has yet to be revealed. What was revealed, however, was how the main character fits into all of this. Apparently, they just need him to do one simple thing. What was it again? Ah, that's right. Going against a literal god of destruction and beating him. Also, if the main character cannot accomplish this, then according to Kafka, everything, the entire universe, is destroyed as Nanook gets what he wants. Immediately after this reveal, we jump to another section of the story, but learning that this is one of the potential futures is surprising to say the least. Up till that point, the story felt more constrained to a planetary scale, but learning there are universal implications here is what makes it very, very surprising. The fact that Nanook is destined to destroy everything and even within the lifetimes of everyone present is something I would imagine everyone would panic over, though to the nameless I suppose it's just another Tuesday. The third entry on this list also relates to the relationship between Kafka, the Stellaron hunters, and the main character. Since the very first appearance of the main character, their past has always been a mystery. Were they a clone? Is the main character just a stand-in for the player? Are they maybe Elio? Well, we don't know, but theories were popping up for quite a while. But right before Kafka and Blade left the Xianzhou Luofu, we learn of their past during Kafka's companion quest. It turns out that the main character was nothing more than an artificial creation, something manufactured to be able to house the Stellaron and in doing so achieve something the Stellaron hunters want. It's also revealed that since their creation, the main character has actually spent some time with the Stellaron hunters, specifically Kafka. It was Kafka that trained them, taught them how to fight, and prepared them for their future mission. This revelation was surprising to say the least. It meant that the main character had spent more time with the Stellaron hunters than they had with the Nameless, which begs the question, will we ever be traded Nameless in the future? Now, how we go from this reveal to defeating Nanook has obviously not yet been revealed and is likely a plot point for the future. But getting an answer to this long theorized question of the main character's past in a companion quest was something I bet no one was expecting. At number 4, we have a scene that I felt was kinda rushed but still an interesting and surprising reveal. It still has to do with the Xianzhou Luofu storyline, and I'm sure most of you would be expecting this one by now. It's the Ting Yun chiropractor scene. The lead up is basically like this. Someone, through some unknown means, has smuggled aboard the Xianzhou Luofu a Stellaron, which they are using to cause chaos. Initially, it was revealed that this was the action of the Sanctus Medicus, a group that reveres the Eon of Abundance Xiaoshe. This kind of makes sense since this particular group and the Xianzhou Alliance has been at odds with each other for a very long time. When the leader of the Sanctus Medicus was finally cornered and confronted by the Xianzhou Luofu and the Nameless, instead of accepting defeat, she called out for help. Now I for one thought, well, here comes Yaosha, but as the scene evolves, we learn that it was a Lord Ravager instead, a general of the Eon of Destruction. On top of this really surprising revelation, it's then revealed that the Lord Ravager has been with us the entire time, possessing the body of Ting Yun. Perhaps that's why every enemy keeps targeting her. Anyways, throughout this whole story arc, I did sense a weird vibe coming from Ting Yun, though I didn't register it as anything significant. This reveal, however, threw me for a loop. I know some of you are going to say, oh, this was so obvious, but I personally didn't see it coming. Now, this could be due to the pacing and all that, but at the end of the day, it was still an out of the blue reveal, at least for me. While the battle ended favorably for the good guys, the fact that Ting Yun, someone who we knew from the beginning of this whole thing, is now missing is a bittersweet outcome overall. This makes the Destruction factions the de facto bad guys though, and I kinda wish we explored more of the Abundance, but perhaps that'll happen in the future. Now, last on this list is one reveal that to me stands above the rest. The pinnacle of all the lore and story we have experienced thus far, and a piece of story that has been so subtly hidden in the background, most of you didn't even notice it. I'm sure you are wondering, given the last 4 entries on this list, what else could possibly be left? Was there a piece of story I missed? Why is he dragging this out so much? Just tell me. The 5th entry is the Black Cat following the Stellaron Hunters. Okay, look. In truth, there's only 4 entries in this video, and this last one is just my personal obsession. I know nothing about this cat has been revealed, so it shouldn't even be on here, but I'm going to take any opportunity I can to talk about this cat. Now listen, this cat could likely have absolutely no worth or significance to the story whatsoever. But every time the Stellaron Hunters have appeared as a group, so has this cat. This can't be a coincidence. I really think this cat either is one of the secret members or something, or maybe even Elio himself, though none of what I'm saying here can be substantiated in any way. This could just turn out to be a joke by Hoyoverse and I'm just obsessing with something completely irrelevant. Nevertheless, I think we should keep an eye out for this devious looking cat in the future. So think of this as a bonus future crazy reveal because I have no doubt in my mind this cat may become central to the story, or at least I'm really hoping it will end up that way. With that rant over, it brings this video and likely the year to a close. I'd like to wish all of you happy holidays and thanks to everyone who has watched my ramblings throughout 2023. Hopefully in 2024, I get to share with all of you more of my insane theories, nonsense, and who knows what else. Let me know in the comments which were your favorite moments or scenes in the Star Rail story so far, and if you enjoyed the video, do consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, happy holidays, and as usual, have a nice day.